are the crop pest and disease. Okay. First, we see about the pest of grapes. Thrips. Thrips are the major pest in the grapes. Thrips dorsalis is the etymological name of the thrips. The order Thysanoptera and family Thribidae. Damage syndrome, nymphs and adults are the most damaged the grapes. Then rasping the lower surface of the leaf. The leaves are in lower surface that make rasping. Here you can see the rasping surface. Then that make silvery white coaty patches on the leaves. And also it make curling of the leaves. In heavy incidents, you can see the curling of flowering stages and developing of the berries. Here you can see the brown color cocky layer on the fruits. Okay. Then management practices. Cultural practices and biological control practices also available. Releasing of the natural enemies or thrips. Predatory thrips and predatory mite are the natural enemies of the Cercothrips dorsalis. Here, predatory thrips, Aelothrips species are the natural enemies. In predatory mite, Amblysseus vertica is the predatory mite for the Cercothrips dorsalis. And also collect and destroy the damaged leaves and fruits and flowers. Sometimes nymphs or other adults survive in the damaged leaves. So we want to destroy the damaged part and use recommended insecticide. The second pest is the berry bloom moth, Oxyptilus regulus. The order Lepidoptera, family Pteroporidae. Here you can see the identification of the pest. You can see the larva is small pale green with medium red line. Pale green with medium red line on the surface. Let's we see about the damage and symptoms. Early instar larva. That larva web the flower bud. Then mature larva affect the bunch of the fruit. Caterpillar bore in the green fruit and make tunneling. The caterpillar bore into the fruit and make the tunnel and feed the internal contents of the fruit. So affected berries is known as stung berries. Here you see the stung berries and making tunnel also you can see inside the fruit. Okay. Then we see the management practices. Here also collect and destroy the infested leaves. Sometimes that infested leaves contain the larva and sometimes that soil also contains pupa. So you want to sanitate the soil and collect and destroy the infested leaves also important. Use pheromone trap to attack and kill the adult. And summer fluffing. Sometimes that pupation may occur into the soil. So summer fluffing is destroy the pupa. Then third, Player beetle, Calodonda srigiocolis, order Coleoptera, family Eumorphidae. The identification of the pest here, reddish brown and shiny 6 spots on elytra. Here you can see here 6 spots on the elytra. Grub is the brown color and black color head. Here brown color body surface and black color head. Then damage symptom. Larva and adults feed on the upper surface and lower surface of the leaves. Here that feed the leaf and make injury. Shoot calls on the leaves and bud. Here buds also you can see the damage symptom and root damage by the grub. Grub is mostly affect the root part. Okay. Then mealybug. Magniclogus hirsutus is the mealybug, order Hemiptera and family Pseudopophidae. Damage symptom, nymphs here, mealybug nymphs and adults is suck from the buds, leaves and shoot. By mealybug is the piercing and sucking mouth parts, no? So it sucks the plants suck from the leaves and making weakness of the plant. Brown up vines also may weakness and may greening and yellowing of the leaves. Severe infestation cause young vines to die. So premature rotting of fruits also occur. During the sucking of sap, conidial secretion may occur. From the conidial secretion, that surveys suitable development may occur. So photosynthesis also affect the conidial secretion develop from the conidial secretion development of the pseudomold on leaves, shoots and branches. Here you can see the mealybug development here that affect the bunch of fruit. Then stem curdler, Senius crisatum, identification of the pest, the gray color with a white spot on the center of the elytra. Damage syndrome, it may wilting of branches and angel vine. The branches and vine also make wilting. Okay. Any other clarification about the grapes of pest of grapes? You can ask. If my sound is not clear, let me know. Okay. Any other question about pest of grapes? Students, my voice is clear.
Yes, Miss, we can hear you.
Okay. Let's start the diseases of grapes. First, downy mildew, Plasmoptera viticola. The symptoms, initially the symptom is the irregular yellowish translucent spot on the upper surface of the leaves. Here you see the translucent spot on upper surface. Then white powdery growth on the lower surface. In downy mildew, powdery growth occur in the lower surface of the leaf. Affected leaves become yellow, brown and resulting premature defoliation. Then dwarfing of the tender root shoots also occur. Here you can see the brown and yellow color symptom on the leaf surface. Here the irregular yellow patches on the leaf surface and then become dwarfing of the tender shoots and make the brown color shoots also here. And also bunch formation also affected by downy mildew. White color fungus appears in the berries. In berries, that white color fungus growth covered the berries and berries become leathery and shrivels. Brindled berries show reddish brown discoloration. After that become reddish brown discoloration. The infected fruits become mum-meat later. Mum-meat means that fruits make rye and shrivel. Shrivel and dried fruit called as mum-meat. Management practices proper sanitation. Infected leaves and fruits should be destroyed because that fungal spores are in fruits and leaves, maybe appear in the fruits and leaves. So we want to destroy that infected fruits and leaves. And pruning, improve the air circulation is important to avoid the fungal spores dissemination. Spreading, then use fungicide. Preventive and curative fungicide also used. Second, powdery mildew, Unfigula negator. Symptom, here early stage gray spots appear on the fruit and leaves. Later, dusty white gray growth on leaf surface. Here powdery mildew, dusty white gray color fungus growth appear on the leaf surface. Powdery mildew, for powdery mildew growth, mostly on the upper surface of the leaves. Then discoloration of the stem to dark brown, that makes the stem dark brown. Floral infection results shedding of the flowers and for fruit set. If a flower formation is affected, the fruit setting also may be affected. Severely infected fruit red or roper. Here the formation, the powdery mildew symptom formation. Here first powdery mildew lesion frequently found in the undersurface of the leaves. Here envelope. Then very small orange to black color structure. Cleostesia develop on the upper and lower surface of the leaves. Cleostesia means powdery in later growing season, powdery mildew develop the sexual fruiting bodies. That called as cleostesia. Okay, that make the orange to black color structure. Then gradual degeneration of the branch. Here you can see the degenerated branches. Then the ash gray gum covered in spores. Spores are covered the fruits as gray color. Then cleostesia also appear on the berries. If cleostesia affect the fruit and the fruit dry out and may drop out. Okay, these are the symptom development of powdery mildew. And management, proper pruning. The pruning is important for the fungal disease. So improve the air circulation and field sanitation. Destroy the infected part, leaves and fruits also important. And spraying vegetable sulfur and neem oil. Mulching is important because the fungus spores may spread by the rainfall, wind or insect. For prevent the spreading of the fungus spore, mulching is important. And recommend resistant varieties. Some varieties are resistant to powdery mildew. So resistant varieties important. And water in the morning. Make the humid condition also prevent the powdery mildew disease. Third, anthracnose or bird eye spot. Elsinoi and its and stems and berries. Okay, the young shoots more susceptible than the leaves. Mostly susceptible young shoot. Okay, black sunken lesion appear on young shoot. Here, black color sunken lesion appear on the shoot. In fruit, small reddish circular spots initially develop on the fruits, then spots gray center and brown to black margin. In black gray center, black margin is look like a bird's eye appearance. So it's called bird's eye spot. Make it short cold appearance. And severe infestation leads to mummification of the berries. The berries is dry and shrivel. So it make mummification of the spots. And here you see the whitish gray spots. Fourth, gray mold, Botrys cinerea. Flowers in blooming stage and ripening stage are mostly affected. Infection occur during the blooming. May go that blooming stage through the cluster and rotting of the berries. The cluster pathogen move from the clusters and also it may rotting of the berries. Infected berries soft and watery and in high humidity. Rotted berries generally shrivel and drop as cardamom leaves. Okay, here you see the dry and shrivel berries. Okay, that make after that is proper. So that market value and it is yield also mostly affected. In black rot, Guinea bit belly, affected leaves, petioles, shoots and tendrils and berries. Mostly leaves and petioles and shoots are mostly affected by the black rot. Most destructive to fruit clusters. Fruit clusters, here you see them, you can see the mostly small brown color circular spots appear. Here you can see the small brown circular spot which enlarge and develop as light brown center with dark margin. Light brown center with dark margin. and also black color fungal fruiting structures also you can see that called as pycnidia. Okay, the berries start to shrivel and becomes a hard blue black mummy. Here, shrivel hard black mummy. Okay. Okay. Any other question and clarification about diseases of grapes? Did you understand? Shall I move? Pest of pepper.
Okay, miss.
Okay, my voice is clear. Okay.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Okay. Let's see the pepper pest and disease. First, see the we'll see the pest of pepper. Papaya mealybug is the major pest. Okay, for the papaya crop, the mealybug is the major pest. You can see in papaya field, mostly mealybug affect the papaya fruit. Okay, that affect the leaves and fruits of papaya. Paraphocus marginatus is the coastal organism. Is the mealybug, order Hemiptera and family Pseudococcidae mealybug. Here you can see the clusters of cotton-like mealybug on fruit that are mostly affect and suck the sap and is affect the fruit formation. Okay, and let's see about the damage and symptoms. Colonize on lower surface of the leaves and fruit. Here, the lower surface of the fruits, you can see the mealybug colonification. The insect, the mealybug is piercing sucking. So suck the sap from the leaves and fruits by inserting the stylet to the epidermis of a leaf, fruit, and stems. Okay. Then chlorosis of the leaves, plant stunning, deformation leaves, and crinkling of the leaves. Due to the sucking of the sap, sotimol development may occur. Okay, so due to the plant sugar, that is sugar substance, no, show presence of red and black ants, or also we can say on the fruit. That sotimol development also affect the photosynthesis. So fruits may fail to develop normally. The fruit formation of mostly affected, and if fruit is formed, that is small fruits are appear. Such fruits eventually shrivel and drop. Okay. Then we see the management practice. Infested branches should be removed and burned. Okay. Some weeds or some plants are maybe caused for the mealybug. So you want to remove the cause plant and control the ant moving. Some other mealybugs, these are the predators, ladybird beetles, lacewing, hoverflies are the predators of the mealybug. Diphtheria and parasitoids. Acerophagus papaye is the parasitoids for the mealybug. Here, Acerophagus papaya searching the papaya mealybug for egg laying. They Acerophagus papaya lay the egg on the mealybug and eventually kill. Okay. Any other pest also available, whitefly, as we will, fruit fly also, papayas pest. These are the minor pests, but mealybug is the major pest. Okay. Then we see about the diseases of pepper. First, anthracnose. Is the Colletoticum cleosporius is the causal organism for the anthracnose. Symptoms: initially small, well-defined spots on the surface of the fruit, ripening fruit. that fruits may appear as the water show, circular and slightly shrunken spot. Later, that lessons grow up deeply shrunken spot, and that color change to brown to black color. Here, this is initial symptom. Is later. Okay. The sparse mycelium is developed and growth in on the margin of the spot. Here, the mycelium, we can see the mycelium growth on the margin of the fruit, margin of the circular spot. Okay, humid condition is favorable for the asexually develop. The fruiting bodies or fungal spores developing is favorable for under humid condition. Then papaya ring spot. Papaya ring spot virus is the causal organism. Vector aphids. The aphids is the vector for the papaya ring spot virus. Okay, if aphids on the papaya fruit, that may cause aphid positive. Okay, the symptom initially they show chlorosis on young leaves. The young leaves are the here you can see the chlorosis of leaves and followed by the vein clearing and mottling of laminae. Laminae may mottling, okay, and lobes. Leaves lobes reduce in size and distorted. Okay, here picture C, you can see them reduce laminae and oily water shock spots on and states on petiole. In petiole, water shock spots we can see. On fruit, circular concentric ring with chlorosis at center. Here, if a picture, you can see the circular concentric ring on papaya fruit. In affected earlier, no fruit formation. If papaya ring spot virus affect earlier, that fruit formation is affected. Okay. Here you can see the some symptoms. In fruit, circular concentric ring on fruit, and here aphids, and here also petiole, water shock appearance lessons on petiole. Okay, here leaves, chlorosis of leaves. Okay, these are the symptoms of the papaya ring spot virus. And third, papaya leaf curl. Papaya leaf curl virus is the causal organism for the papaya leaf curl vector whitefly. Did you heard about any other disease about whitefly, chili leaf curl virus? There also whitefly is the vector, act as a vector. Okay. Here, okay, you can see symptoms. Okay. Here, curling and crinkling and distortion of leaves. Reduction of the leaf laminae. Here, curling and crinkling of the leaves. And leaf lamina is reducted, no? And rolling of the leaf margin. Inward and downward, the leaf margin is curling, rolling. Okay, thickening of the veins. Here you can see the thickening of vein and inward, downward, curling. Okay. Leaves become leathery, brittle, and distorted. Okay, here leathery leaves and brittle leaves you can see. And standard plants, affected plants does not produce flowers and fruit. The fruit formation and flowering is mostly affected by the papaya leaf curl. Okay, in advanced stages, defoliation takes place. Okay. Fourth, papaya mosaic virus disease. Papaya mosaic virus is vector aphid. Aphid is the vector for the papaya mosaic virus. Causes leaf mosaic due to the mosaic of the leaf that called as papaya mosaic virus disease. Okay, mosaic and mottle of leaves. Here you can see the mosaic and mottle of leaves and standing in papaya. The growth is affected. Okay, standard papaya. Then leaves are reduced in size. Leaves formation is affected and dark patches of dark green tissue. And patches here you can see the on the dark green tissue you can see the patches. Okay, and alternating with yellow green lamina. Here you can see the yellow green lamina patches on leaves, and leaves and petiole are reduced in size and stunted. Okay. Any other question in clarification you can ask. Okay.